Welcome back to the channel, guys, with the first service / first oil change on my Triumph Bobber. I just hit 600 miles, and instead of me spending hundreds of dollars at a dealer for the first service, because let's face it, first service is just an oil change, I was able to do the oil change with about $100, and I can tell you how I did this. Well, once you hit 600 miles or so, you're gonna get a wrench icon on your bike. To eliminate that, I thought it's gonna cost me hundreds of dollars, because usually with all the other bikes, when I take them to the dealer, well, except the BMW, because its first service is free, Ducati and Aprilia, it was like $480 for the first service each. So I thought it's probably around same $400 to $500 for this. Now, whenever I wanna remove that wrench icon from those bikes, it's 1 hour labor minimum. So around $180 where I live. So I thought I'm probably gonna spend another $180 for this. Actually, I didn't. All it took me was $39 at the Triumph dealer for them to remove the light. That was amazing, guys. When it told me it was only $39, I was amazed. I was like, perfect. So $39 for that, and plus oil, which I got at a deal with an oil filter, about $60, total $100 for just the first service. Now, speaking about saving money, before I do the oil change, let me show you how to spend money. So I have all these parts here that I bought so I can create a new Bobber series. So let's go one by one really quick and then jump at the oil change. For this Bobber build series, I'm going to go with all blacked out theme. So let's start from top, Motone seat, leather seat. I got the DNA air filters for both left and right. Obviously the oil that I'm going to do right now. Motone H-bomb exhaust, that took a while to arrive. Of course, this is a generic license plate holder. What's next? Okay, of course I got these for the exhaust. I'm gonna change them. Also, light for the license plate. Got a chain, new, it's black with some gold accents in it. Of course, here I'm gonna go with rear sprocket, aluminum or titanium nuts, whatever these are, I don't remember. We have here the shroud for the front forks. It goes to the front forks to make them all blacked out, and also takes the light here for the turn signals. What else? We have this chain guard. We have for the rear turn signals bracket. So these turn signals, front and back, can be there. We have the cover blacked out here for these covers. I'm gonna change them. Same thing for this, all blacked out for Triumph. What else? Got this battery leather belt holder from the other side. Some harnesses for the lights. Again, this for the exhaust, blacked out instead of doing the silver ones over there. And what else? Little clutch adjuster over here. And from here, rear brake rotor, galfer. And then we have all these engine bolt covers, steering stem. Also for the rear wheel, we got those spacers blacked out. We have the rear nut for the rear wheel. These two are for clutch and starter covers. We got this one, which is the gas tank, which is silver. I'm gonna change it with this brogue. I'm gonna do install for everything of this. This is for the front wheel, which is just front wheel sliders and Triumph tank logos blacked out. What else we have here? We have this, which is the horn relocator. These ones for the front fork stop to change them from silver to black. Same thing for this. We got the front master cylinder, change them black, and of course the front fender sorter and galfer front rotors. There's a few parts that I'm missing that I don't have here, but they're gonna come with the next order. Now I'm going to make install videos for all these parts. So if you wanna follow this build series, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, enough talking, let's get to work and change this oil. Okay, you're gonna need to put the bike either in a front wheel chock or a rear stand. I just put it in the front chock, go underneath, use a pan. Pan has to be short because it won't fit underneath, and you're going to need a 8mm hex with a ratchet to undo the bolt underneath, and I'll show you where that is. Okay, there's barely any space underneath to even put the camera. You'll see the bolt right there, 8mm hex. You're going to unbolt that, and here's the oil filter, and I'll show you how to remove the oil filter too. Let's start with the bolt first. First, break it loose with the ratchet. You're gonna hear a click when you break it loose, and then you can remove it by hand. So I can just twist it with my finger once you break it loose. And this is gonna come flying out oil. There you go. Let this drain. And then we're gonna do the oil filter too. While the oil is draining, before we remove the oil filter, I'm going to remove the oil fill cap just to help it drain a little faster. There you go. Make sure with the cap you retain the rubber O-ring seal. For the oil filter, I'm going to be using a ratchet and an oil filter wrench. This is 65 by 14. I don't know if you can see it in there. It says 65 by 14, the size. Okay, there's very limited space under here to show you, but I'm gonna use the ratchet and unscrew it. There you go. And once it's loose, you can do by hand. Now that's loose enough, just unscrew it. You can have a lot of oil come out. There you go. Okay, now that the oil has drained, I'm gonna take the drain plug and install a new cross washer that I got from Triumph, an OEM one. One side is flatter, one side is a little bit beveled. So use the one that's flat against the engine. Okay, make sure you clean all the oil right here and start by hand and hand tighten first, right there. Once you hand tighten it, I'm gonna torque it down. Now with a torque wrench, an 8mm hex, I'm gonna torque it at 25 Newton meters. There you go, torqued. Now I'm going to pre-fill the oil filter, just a little bit. With the tip of my finger, I'm gonna take some oil and lube the rubber seal around it. And now underneath, I'm gonna hand tighten first, right there. Just tight enough, and now we're gonna torque it. Again, the torque wrench, I'm gonna torque it at 10 Newton meters. There you go. Hear the click? Torqued. Okay, now we're going to fill it. I chose 10W50. Depending on where you live, you might be doing 10W40 or 50, and I went with modal only because it was really cheap, so I went with this. Also, by the way, it smells really good. Let's fill it. First, I'm going to fill it with 3 liters just to check the oil level, and the goal will be around 3.4 to 3.5. We'll see. I'm gonna start with 3 liters and then start adding slowly and checking the oil level from the right side glass and add accordingly. Okay, I filled it with 3.1 liters, and right here the glass is so pretty balanced and full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the fill cap back in its place, and I'm going to start the engine running a little bit and recheck the oil level, see if we need to add the rest of the oil, 0.2, 0.3 depending. See, the level went down now. It needs some more oil. Okay, I'm gonna have it work for like a couple minutes, start it off, refill. Okay, so the engine worked for about 2 minutes. I let it sit for 5, recheck the oil level. I actually had to refill at exactly 3.5 liters, so it took the whole thing in. And oil level now is on check. So there you have it, oil change and the bobber completed. It's that simple. Guys, if you like this video and you want to watch the next build series of this bike, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.